Hey guys, so welcome to the second lecture for measurement. So the question says Maya wants to paint a shoebox that measures 20 centimeters by 15 centimeters by 8 centimeters. Now if one brush stroke covers 4 centimeters squared, how many brush strokes will it take to cover the entire shoebox, including its base? Okay, this is a really interesting question. So let's first draw out the shoebox. Okay, so we have a rectangle there, and then let's draw this out as accurately as we can. There you go. So we have a length of 20 centimeters. We have a width of 15 centimeters. And we have a height of 8 centimeters. Okay, so now that we've drawn this out, we basically need to figure out how it is that we're going to figure this question out. Okay, so Maya wants to paint a shoebox. So that right there is actually quite a key piece of information. Paint a shoebox. Now you paint the outside of a shoebox, right? So I will be painting this side. I'll be painting the top part there. I'll be painting the right hand side there. I would also be painting the left hand side, right there that sits there. I'll be painting the bottom, and I'll also be painting the back of the box as well. In total, I'll be painting 6 different sides. So let's work it out. So we have the top and bottom, top and bottom. So let's draw out that shape. So again, it's just a simple rectangle with side lengths of, so the length right there is 15. Let's call it width, I guess, in this case. And then the length right there is obviously 20. So the area of this particular rectangle is simply 20 times 15, which gives us 300 centimeters squared. Now, obviously, there are two of them, guys. So area of top and bottom, let's call it area of top and bottom, is 300 times 2, which is 600 centimeters squared. Then we have left and right. Okay, so let's draw this out. Again, we have a rectangle here. So left and right has a width of 8 centimeters. Because remember, guys, this is the, let's say this is the side we're looking at. So it has a, that's the width there, or that's the height there, whatever you want to call it, and that's the width there, which is 15 centimeters. So the area for this would be 15 times 8, which gives me 120 centimeters squared. Now the area of left and right is 120 times 2, which is 240 centimeters squared. And then finally, we have the front and back, which is, again, just a simple rectangle. So it has the front, let's say this one right there. So that has a length of 20 and a width of 8 centimeters. So an area of 20 times 8, which is 160 centimeters squared. Now again, front and back. So area of front and back is simply 160 times 2, which is 320 centimeters squared. So the total surface area, guys, of this particular box is, let me use a different color, is 600 centimeters squared, 240 centimeters squared, and 320 centimeters squared added together, which gives us a total value of 1,160 centimeters squared. However, guys, this actually doesn't answer the question. The question actually says, if one brush stroke covers 4 centimeters squared, how many brush strokes will it take to cover the entire shoebox? All right, so the entire shoebox is 1,160, and one brush stroke is covering 4. So if you divide the two, it'll give us the number of brush strokes needed. It's because we're effectively dividing the total surface area into the small bits that the brush stroke is covering. So let's if I was to illustrate this, so say I would be covering 4 centimeters squared there, 4 centimeters squared there, 4 centimeters squared there, etc., etc. So as we can see, we are simply dividing the area by the amount that's been covered by the brush strokes. So 1160 divided by 4 gives me 290 brush strokes. Excellent. Let's move on to the next question now. Okay, so this question says, a spinner has 6 sectors, half of which are red and half of which are black. Now, if the radius of the spinner is 3 inches, what is the area of the red sectors? All right, so let's draw this out. So we have a spinner there. Okay, hopefully I can split this into fairly equal shapes. Okay, so now let me use some different colors here. So we have red, red, and red. Now obviously black might not look too great, so I'm going to use a different sort of color. Hopefully the purple, oops, I've called this black as well. That should be red. Okay, now using purple, this can be black, black, and black. So what this is basically telling me is half of that circle is red. So all we need to do is figure out the area of half the circle, and we'll have the area of the red sectors. Okay, so as we know, the area of a circle is simply pi times r squared. Correct? So pi can be 3.14 multiplied by 3 squared. So 3.14 times 9 gives me 20.26 centimeters squared. However, that's the area of the entire spinner. However, we only need half of that. So half of that is 20.26 divided by 2, which gives us 10.13 centimeters squared. So therefore, area of the red sectors is 10.13 centimeters squared. Excellent. Let's move to the next question. Actually, apologies guys, I just realized that I have misread my calculator because there's a bit of a spot on it. So this should actually be not 20.26, this should be 28.26, and 28.26 divided by 2 gives me 14.13 centimeters squared. Apologies for that, guys. I'll clean up the calculator a little bit more next time. Alright, let's move to the next question now. Okay, so this question says, an asteroid hit the Earth and created a huge crater. Scientists measured the distance around the crater as 78.5 miles. What is the diameter of the crater? Okay, so let's draw the crater out. So we have the crater right there. They want the diameter, so I'm going to use a different color to signify the diameter. So that's the middle. And that right there is the diameter. And what they're saying is this entire bit there measures a total of 78.5 miles, which is, as you might have guessed, the outside of the circle is always the circumference, which is 2 times pi times r. So circumference has been given to us, which is 78.5 equals 2 times 3.14 times r. Therefore, r is equal to 78.5 divided by 2 times 3.14, which is simply 6.28, which gives me a value of 12.5 miles. And diameter, as we know, is simply twice the radius. 2 times radius, which is 25 miles. So what is the diameter of the crater? The diameter of the crater is 25 miles. Excellent. So guys, that brings us to the end of the second measurement lecture. I really hope that was helpful. Please do make sure that you have a go at the worksheet that I've attached as well. It'll really help you to cement some of the learning. So thanks guys, and I will see you in the next lecture.